This delicious soup on a budget. There is no meat, there is no fish, but it's very, very sweet, guys. If you don't have money, you are that student, you just want to make something very delicious with that as on a budget. You don't have money, this video is for you, guys. This is okra soup. Like, this particular soup is so delicious without meat nor fish. So guys, this okra I use, the species of okra I use in this particular video, in our local way of pronouncing it, to call it chuku chuku. The okra in the body, when you touch it, it has something like bone, right? So I had to cut this okra in two different sizes. My main side, the largest part, I cut it in bold. The other side, I cut it tiny, so it will have that draw. Those people that love when they're eating their okra soup, let it be drawing. As you can see, the okra is usually short, right? On the body, the skin, you'll be seeing something like bone, like kind of needle to be choking you. But if the okra is like that stayed for days, those bones will not fall off. Anyways, another of my ingredients is vegetable. We'll be needing our pumpkin leaf. Here we'll be needing our fresh crayfish. Yes, guys, that is fresh crayfish. And guys, this particular fresh crayfish is well cleaned. I have to keep that particular tool I raised up for you to see how I cleaned it. First of all, you have to remove the head, so you'll be able to eat it freely without any obstruction. Yes. So it's well washed, well cleaned. I use salt to wash my crayfish, fresh crayfish. I have to steam that particular crayfish before using it. Our next ingredient is oil. Of course, together with the crayfish is a periwinkle. There is salt to taste. And this soup, you have to be generous with crayfish. Here is our dry crayfish. You really have to be generous with our crayfish, guys. I had to use a lot of crayfish because we are not using any meat nor fish to make this delicious simple okra soup. Of course, our red bonnet pepper, green, and yellow. I had to use that three species because of the taste, scent, and all of that. So our onions and our seasoning cube, guys. So let's go ahead, let's go and hit the kitchen. Let's go and season, let's go and steam the crayfish first. As I said earlier, you have to be generous with your crayfish, just to make it sweet. You really don't have to spend too much on this particular soup. At the end part of this video, I will tell you how much I'm used in making this soup. So cheap. So here is my crayfish. I've already put it on the fire. It's hot, as in it's boiling. I'll go ahead and put my pepper. I've put yellow, green, and the onions. So I have to put all the onions I'm going to use just to steam it. Of course, you will not allow it to boil too much. This soup is just soup that you cook in less than few minutes. Before you know it, you're done. That is my seasoning cube. I just have to pieces. Of course, it will boil because of the water coming from the pepper. It has that makes the seasoning cube to be soft. So I just have to put it. When I add it, water, everything will melt. So let me go ahead and cover my pot for this fresh crayfish, as I said earlier, to boil. Some people cook their crayfish when the soup is boiling. They'll just go straight and pour the crayfish. It's still fine. It depends on how you prefer using your fresh crayfish. I'm steaming my own because there's no any other fresh things I'm using, so I just have to go straight and steam it. Guys, as you can see, if you think that you have money, you know too much, please, this video is not for you. This video is for those people that really don't have much, but they want to eat our swallow. They want to eat delicious okra soup on a budget. Guys, you just have to test this soup or you try it. Now, guys, our crayfish has come to boil, so go ahead and put water. Man, our soup is almost ready, honestly, because this is strictly vegetable soup, and you know that okra does not stay long in the fire. So as you can see, the next thing, just add our red oil. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if it's your very first time here. Turn on your post notification bell. So the oil have boiled, put our crayfish, enough crayfish on this particular soup. Since you're not using any meat, you're not using any fish, so what you have to do, you just have to buy a lot of crayfish. Of course, this is the season of crayfish. When is the season? With 200 naira crayfish, you're good to go, just depending on the quantity of the soup, guys. So the next thing, I have to put my yellow pepper for that beautiful scent and taste. I love yellow pepper. Of course, my green pepper is there, and red pepper. So I just have to put enough yellow pepper for that beautiful scent and taste. So my red pepper is going in. So guys, if you think you're a chef, I'm not really cooking this soup for anybody. It's my personal soup. So not too much correction. If you think you know more, maybe the water or whatever thing is too much, please, you can as well save it for yourself. I'm just sharing this video for those people that want to cook if they don't have money, right? So I'll go ahead and put my okro. See, as when you put okra in your soup, I don't know, some people fry their okra, some people does not. Some people allow their okra to cook for a very long time. As for me, I don't cook my okra for a very long time because okra is vegetable. When you cook it for a long time, it will be black, and the okra will be so weak even if you want to eat it the next day. So the next thing, I'll have to go in with my periwinkle, guys. I'm a Rivers girl, so you shouldn't expect less when it comes to periwinkle. This soup is not much, but at the same time I have to use at least a cup of periwinkle just to make the soup, guys. So me myself, when I'm cooking, I don't use much water. Yes, I don't use too much of water in my okra soup. I love my okra soup to be very, very thick. You know, some people like the okra soup to be watery, depending on what you want. So, and there's something I forgot to tell you earlier: the fresh crayfish is optional. Yes, that fresh crayfish is optional. You can decide to make this soup without that fresh crayfish, but at least the dry crayfish, the one I blended rough, is compulsory just to give the soup taste, because there's no meat for taste, there's no fish for taste. So I don't want to use too much of pumpkin leaf. I just need little of pumpkin leaf. You know, some people use bitter leaf, some people use uzoza leaf. Depending on leaf of your choice is good to go, but for me, I'm using pumpkin leaf just to make this beautiful, delicious okra soup, guys. Assuming you taste this soup, you know what I'm talking about. Look at it. So you guys should just forget my camera. My camera is literally not doing justice to the color of this soup, honestly speaking. I just have to be honest with you, but at the same time, I have to make this video, I have to share this video with you guys. This is so beautiful. So brothers and sisters, auntie and uncle, if you know say you no get money, if won't eat swallow, I beg, this food now for you. Anyways, I promise you guys that I will tell you how much I use in making this soup. Okay, let's calculate. The crayfish, I bought it, the fresh crayfish I bought for 300, the dry crayfish 200, which is 500, periwinkle 300, which is 800, the okra 200, 1000. Then the maize, of course, is 100 naira. The pumpkin leaf is 100 naira, but I did not use all at all. And other things like palm oil. Okay, fresh pepper is 100 naira. Literally, let me just say 1200 naira. I have made this particular soup. I told you guys this soup is for people that don't have money, but yet they want to eat. And guess what? It's for people that literally eat this soup and it's still remaining small. You see, with 1000 naira, you've made soup. I'll see all in my